Hey everybody, tonight. So you think you want to get into real estate with Coach White and the man, Mr. Long. I know y'all saying, what is he doing tonight? What is going on? Well, I'm live. I told y'all I'm gonna always be in the trenches because these people that's coaching people are not really showing you anything they have and showing you anything they've done. So guess what? Tonight we are live in the jungle. We're live in my neck of the woods where I have developed 10 properties and I'm trying to develop a whole block at the same time. So tonight's episode is So You Think You Want to Get Into Real Estate. Come on, Mr.
That's
Long.
right.
I'm ready, baby.
Hey, it's always awesome that you are live on set of what we're going to be talking about on tonight.
I'm
So
live
I'm
on set.
definitely excited about that. And I know I have a series of questions for you, and I know that you'll be able to answer them very adequately. And since we're talking about real estate, so you think you want to invest in real estate. How did you get started in real estate investing?
I tell you what, I brought my first property in Baltimore besides my house. But investing properties, I brought my first property in 2008. I brought it for $6,000. Man, I turned it into 3 units. I did it illegally. I didn't uh I didn't get any permits. I didn't call the city. I just did it. And and then that was one of those properties that I talked about I lost
Hmm.
because nobody told me about the taxes, the water bills, the insurance. I mean, nobody told me anything. Because remember, when you buying properties from auctions, I brought it from an auction. And when
Uh-huh.
you buying that, you buying it cash outright. Remember, your insurance is usually in your mortgage for
That's
regular
right.
people, right? So I didn't, nobody would insure me. I didn't understand the game like I know now. And I lost that house. And then I brought another one, but before I lost it, I brought like two or three more and did it the same way, did it illegally, meaning meaning I did it without going to get permits and all that kind of stuff. Um, and so what happened was I learned a lot and I lost a lot.
Right.
So now, um, now I'm doing it totally different. I'm doing it by the books.
That's
I
right.
learned the do's and don'ts. I mean, I learned so much over the years, man, with just losing stuff, like I said. And I don't want anybody to get duped by these um, people that say, "Oh, I can show you real estate, or I can show you
Mhm.
how to buy property with no money down." But all you got to do is invest $1,000 into my program. Man, y'all got to stop doing that, man.
Right.
Y'all got to find legitimate people that's been in the trenches that knows the game, that's willing to give you information, and that's what I'm here for. I'm willing to give you
That's
information.
right.
Now, although you're gonna get a lot of information off of these podcasts and encouragement and motivation. But I do have
Hmm.
some books, real books, that you can get them off our website. 6 Steps to Entrepreneurship, 6 Steps to Building Real Estate. So all of those things. But I'm gonna show you tonight. I'm gonna give you some tips and tricks that I've learned over the years. Um, so yeah. So when you say, I think the question was, how did I get into it and why did I get into it? I got into it to build wealth for my family. I got into it to leave a legacy. I got into it to have an emergency plan in case one of my kids needed a place to go, my family
Right.
members. Because sometimes we don't have emergency plans. So these houses were emergency plans, but now I got into commercial. I got into multi-units and
Mhm.
different things like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell.
You kind of jump right into a little bit of what the next question was going to be, because the
Okay.
next question was going to be, what types of properties do you typically invest in?
So I tell you what, the main goal right now is to get the corner, right? So I'm right here right now on, so I own a couple corners. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build all the corners. And then if you have the corner, you can build from the corner down. The
Down.
corner determines the neighborhood. The corner determines the block. So what I've understood is if I get a corner, I can determine the whole block. I can determine this whole block. So let me show you something. Let me turn my camera here. Turn my camera.
Yeah, take us
All
on a
right.
little tour. Show us what
All
you're
right, let's
talking
go
about.
on the tour. Let's go on the tour. I'm gonna keep my camera like this. All right, so right now I'm on one of my corners, right? So this store here is the anchor to the corner, right?
Hmm.
So you got this store. So this is one of the first properties I brought in this block because this is the anchor. So this is a two-story. It has commercial. It has a market at the bottom, and then at top
Hmm.
it has 6 offices. So you go to that right there. You go in the store right there, and then the offices. You go upstairs right here,
Hmm.
and so I brought the building next door. I haven't started doing anything, but what I did was I painted it and I made it
Hmm.
look really nice so it can keep on taking a block. I can keep on taking a block. Now on this particular building right now, the lady won't let me get it. Um, but look at her. She got busted windows. Um, so she's hurting my game plan, but I'm gonna get it.
You gonna
So
get it.
I'm gonna get it. So I own this one. And what we did here is you got apartments upstairs, and then down here you got a medical office. And then here, I turned this one into a coffee shop where you got a hair
Wow.
salon on the second floor, and then you got a one-bedroom apartment on the third floor. So what we're doing is we are putting infrastructure. So when you buy properties in an urban environment, once you build the
Uh-huh.
infrastructure, so we have coffee shop, we have uh we have a medical office with apartments. Then here, once I take this, I'm gonna put another building here that of another business here that can build infrastructure for the neighborhood. Then this one is gonna be a 3-unit apartment building. And then now here you got the market. So so that's how I look at it. That's how I started doing it. I started building from the corner out. And once you get the corner, you can start really shaping the neighborhood. You can start shaping the
That's
neighborhood.
right.
You can start building the neighborhood to what you want it to be. And so in Baltimore, Baltimore is unique, like Philly. Um, DC is a little different because DC has priced itself out. But
Right.
Baltimore still has a little bit of property left that you can actually build a Black Wall Street or your own economy. You got
That's
me?
right.
So that's how I do it. So now I'm focusing more on commercial and building a whole block and a whole street instead of just buying one residential property, even though I have several residential properties, but I'm getting out of the residential game. I'm gonna keep a couple, but my thing right now is to build infrastructure.
And you could pass that residential game right on over to me.
Oh, I'm listen,
That's yeah.
listen, listen. I'm still going to show you how I did residential as well. So that's not even a big thing. And then with the commercial, how I did the commercial, I went in and I asked for deals. I asked for, hey, can
Hmm.
you hold the note? A mentor of mine, his name is Walter Price. He's my mentor. Man, he had hundreds of properties over the years and different things. He showed me a lot of tips and tricks on how to get property and his method.
Hmm.
And then I put a little bit of mine in it. But mentorship is so important. Like I said, I didn't have it. I didn't have it,
Right.
you know? So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm building infrastructure in my commercial properties because now if I got 2 options. I can rent the
Hmm.
property after I get it, or I can
That's right.
build a business from it. So you got
Mm,
options. You know what I'm saying? It, but whoever comes in any of my buildings, they have to fit the criteria of what we're doing for the community and what we're
that's right.
doing for the the neighborhood. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
Wow, you gave a lot of key nuggets right there because I never really looked at it at that standpoint of building that starting at the corner.
Yeah,
Because when you look at the corner, like we riding through Baltimore, like that corner kind of dictates how
it
the whole
does.
blocks is going to look.
It
If the
does.
corner is nice, everybody else tends to
It
fall in
does.
line.
It does. Because if you got the corner, you got the
Hmm.
block. If you got
Yep.
the corner, you got the block. So this particular corner, you got a church that anchors the other corner.
Hmm.
So now all we got to do is just make sure we build, keep on building down towards the church, and then the church keeps up their property, and then now every neighbor on this block is going to
Yep.
say, "Oh, okay, I get what you're doing. I get what you're doing. Now I want to put a flower pot out. Now I want to boost my value of my property. Now I want to, now I want to get the equity out of my property and fix it up.
That's
Different
right.
things like that. Yep.
Wow. You gave several keys to your success in real estate, but give me one more thing that you believe is a key to your success in real estate.
Well, so first, I'm just going to throw this in there. My faith in God. So I
That's
got to throw that in there, but I don't want to preach to the people.
right.
But my faith in God. But I think the one key is that I had the mentor. I had the
That's right.
mentor,
Mentor.
and once I got a mentor, because I was able to buy the properties, but I
Hmm.
didn't understand how to keep them. I mean, because now I don't even want to tell you how much money I pay in taxes every year on these properties, but now, um, now my taxes have gone up because my
Hmm.
property value has gone up because I've changed the block.
That's right.
I
Mm.
made I made my tax bracket go up to a different assessment in my taxes because I brought the block.
Wow.
When I came, my taxes were this much.
Right.
Now they're this much because I brought the block, and now I'm changing the block, and now it's changing my tax assessment.
That's
But
right.
if you say what was my one thing was finding a
Yes.
mentor that already did it,
That's
finding a
right.
mentor that already did it, and hanging around people that understands real estate, under hanging around people that's moving like you, hanging around people that's not telling you no, but explaining what to do instead of telling you, oh man, you can't achieve that. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So my one thing was getting a mentor. That was my main thing in real estate was getting a mentor. And once I figured out that I had to have a mentor, how y'all doing tonight? Once I figured out I had to have a mentor and a mentor that understood real estate, that
Hmm.
understood the game, that understood the pitfalls. And when he was telling me the things he went through, I was like, man, if I had him, whew, man, I probably
Right.
would have 50 properties by now. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But you live and learn, man. You
Yeah.
live
So
and learn.
having a mentor, that's very key, and that's why we have Coach White here. You can definitely hit him up if you're looking for a mentor.
Yep.
How can they reach you? How can they get in contact with
They can reach me on my website at lcwhiteinvest.com or my email, lcwhiteinvest@gmail.com. Simple as that. Listen, like I said, I got some free stuff, but I do have a plan where I walk you through step by step. I do charge, but it's just business of business. I mean,
you? Right.
look, listen, I'm I'm saving you a whole lot of money from where I was. I lost property, but now that I understand, now that I see the thing about it is, I told you in one the first podcast we did, plan.
That's right.
If you want to buy property, plan. I mean, do your research about the neighborhood that you want to do it in. Now, what I did was, now I am only doing commercial on major streets now. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
doing I'm not doing side streets. I'm not doing streets in the cut. I'm only doing major streets. This is one of the busiest streets, not in Baltimore, but in the state of Maryland.
That's right. You're right.
So remember I was telling you guys about my we did the chicken spot, that the first video. So
Yes.
so if I go across the street from that block where I just showed you, now when I walk across the street, now we starting a new block, and here it is, the chicken wagon, the wing wagon. So now I'm at the wing wagon. That's across the street. So I'm taking I'm taking one whole area. I'm taking one whole area, and I'm taking all the corners that I can get now, and I'm building from the corner on out, on every block. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
On every block. You know what I'm saying?
That's good stuff right there. That's
Yeah.
good
So
stuff.
so now we back over. Excuse me, man. Now we back over, and then across the street was that row I just showed you.
Yes.
I'm gonna turn my camera back to me. So yeah. So Tim. So now, yeah. So now how we do it? That's how we do it. You know what I'm saying? We we have the opportunity to build something. We have the opportunity to build from the corner on down.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? That's how we do it. And so now I can change the narrative of 3 city blocks.
Yep.
I can change the whole narrative of 3 city blocks. Well, you know, I don't want to invest in the city because it's dangerous. I
I'm
mean, you
trying
can
to
get
get a
hit by a
couple.
car. You can get hit by a car in Owens Mills.
Yep. I'm
You can
trying
get
to get a
hit by a
couple
car
of them blocks.
in the Hamptons. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, I have the power to change a neighborhood, and I have the power to change how people mindset is in the neighborhood. So
That's
if I
right.
keep my property up, if I put flower pots up, and we put flags on the flag poles,
Mm-hmm.
welcome to this neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Showing these people that we are building in spite of what everybody else is saying about the community. You know what I'm saying? So if
That's
you
right.
get a piece of property, I don't care where it is, you can take it to the next level. You can take anything to the next level if you put the time and the effort into it. Now, but guess what? I'm in a part of Baltimore where they're investing millions and millions of dollars.
Yep.
They're doing an underground tunnel, the Frederick Douglass Tunnel, right down the street
Yep.
for
Right down the
Amtrak.
street.
Right? There's millions and millions of dollars of infrastructure, and then down the street you got Coppin, and they
Yep.
put millions of dollars in Coppin State University. Then you got down the street where they used to have projects at. They're selling houses for 400,000, putting a new grocery store in office buildings and eateries and different things like that. I am literally, I am literally blocks away from where they're putting millions and millions of dollars. So what happens is, now what happens is, I'm gonna have a say so in the
Yep.
next phase, because they're gonna come to me and say, we want to know the white print. What white print did you use?
Mm-hmm.
Not the blueprint, but the white print.
A white
So
print.
so sometimes they say, well, why are you investing so much in that part of town? Why not? Why not?
Right.
Because guess what? I don't know if you've seen it. People are coming in the door. People are are moving around here. It's like I said, it's one of the busiest streets, not even in this Baltimore City, but in the state of Maryland. It's one of the busiest streets. So you have tons of people coming to where you are.
Yep. Because I
All you have to
heard
do is build it.
years I heard years ago that they were going to start a phase where they were redoing from Hilton to Milton.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
Hilton is west. That's the top of North
yeah,
Avenue,
yeah,
and Milton is east. So
yeah,
they're going to redo all that, and you're right there, right in the middle of it,
yeah.
and you're going to
And
have a
so
say so.
this works for any city that you're in. Memphis, Detroit. It works the same way. We went to Detroit not too long ago, and we rode and we looked at 100 different properties in
And
Detroit.
Detroit, yeah,
It's just like
Detroit.
Baltimore's prime, but but we just gotta understand. We just gotta understand the value in everything you see. You know what I'm saying? Because it has value. You know what I'm saying? I don't care.
That's right.
I don't care if you. I don't care if you think it doesn't. It does. You know what I'm saying? Donald Trump owns a lot of property in Baltimore City.
I know.
He owns a
I've
lot
heard
of real
that.
estate in Baltimore City. You
I
know
heard his son has some apartments right off of Northern Parkway that I
exactly,
heard of. Yeah.
exactly. Listen, let me tell you something, man. And I don't get into black, white, whatever. But black people spend a lot of money in this city. And they
Whole
say,
lot.
well, I don't want to go in the hood. Black people spend a lot of money. We are consumers. And so
Yep.
now, if we can change the narrative of what it looks like where they're consuming, they're going to spend more money.
I agree.
The Latinos are coming to this area. They're going to spend more money. It doesn't matter if you have a vision and you have a plan and you have a dream. It doesn't matter what people say about where you plant your vision.
That's right.
It doesn't matter. If I can encourage anybody, it doesn't matter where you plant your vision. It doesn't matter where you plant your flag. It matters on what you do once you get there.
That's right.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We turned the narrative. We made the narrative change. You know what I'm saying? We made the narrative change. And that's all we're trying to do. We're changing the narrative. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying?
That's,
It doesn't matter.
I just have one last question for you that I know that you'll be able to give some good insight on. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of people don't know this stuff. What are two unconventional ways that people can find investment properties?
Hold on, what you say again?
What are two unconventional ways that people can find investment properties? Unconventional.
Facebook Marketplace.
Uh-huh. Facebook
Face
Marketplace.
Facebook Marketplace. Remember Craigslist, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
Facebook Marketplace is now the new Craigslist. Man, you can find so many houses and properties on Facebook Marketplace. But I'm gonna tell you a trick. In any urban city, Philly, Baltimore, Detroit, Memphis, I've been to all those cities. Um, Chicago, certain parts of Chicago. Um, if you got 10 grand,
Mm-hmm.
you can go and make a deal for any property in an urban environment. If you got 10
Wow.
grand. If you got 10 grand. And people don't understand, like, if you got a group of people and y'all looking to invest, put your money together. Write
Mm-hmm.
an MOU, put your money together, and start looking. Cleveland is a great place for real estate, multifamily homes. Cleveland is prime, man. Prime. You know, it is prime. So
As
there's a lot of opportunity out there, man. I'm actually putting together what's up, bro? I'm actually putting together uh a list of cities that you can take $10,000
mm-hmm.
and go with my plan and get some property. I'm telling you, I promise you. I'd have had $10,000 and I found the owner of a property, right? And I said, I got 10,000. The property wasn't moving. You got to see how long the property been on the market.
Oh
You got to
yeah.
see. See how long he had it for sale. You got to see how long he had it on Facebook Marketplace and places like that. He had it on there a long time. Give him 10 grand and say, hey, look, let's go to the. I'm gonna pay all the settlement fees. I'm gonna give you
Mm-hmm.
10,000 down. You hold the note, right? He's
Right.
gonna be just like the bank, and then you pay him just like you paying the bank. But the tax is gonna be in your name. The bill's gonna be in your name. It's gonna be
Mm.
deeded in your name. And
Wow.
and then what you do is now remember you got the property for a little bit of nothing, right? Probably. So
Right.
then once it's deeded in your name, you can refinance it, right? You
Mm-hmm.
can fix it up, refinance it, get a low interest rate, pay him off, and put money in your pocket and let the person that's renting it pay the note.
Mm.
Man, it's so
Sounds good to me. That's
it's
the
real.
white. That's the white
It's the
print
white
right
print.
there.
It's real. It's real. It's real. Look, in closing tonight, and I know this is a uh uh unconventional podcast. I'm talking to people. Um, man, I'm moving around
That's how
because
you
I
do it.
want
You
y'all
in
to
the
see the
trenches.
nitty gritty. I
That's
want y'all to
right.
see the nitty gritty that we are actually doing what we say we can help you with. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody to know that we're doing what we say we can help you with. This is not, this is real, this is real life stuff we're showing you, man. This is real life, this is real life stuff we're showing you. You know what I'm saying? This is not like this is not like, I'm in Miami somewhere, walking down in Miami, going past $1 million properties. No, this is real life where you can build your
That's right.
portfolio. You can build your real estate portfolio, even though I'm in a what they call a red line neighborhood, right?
Mm-hmm.
Meaning that they redline you from bank loans, good interest rates, um, bank, the banks redline you, the mortgage company redlines you. I'll go into that on another topic. But the crazy thing about it is you can still get a great loan if you got, good credit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because now these areas, the red line is lifting because they're investing so much into these areas. You know what I'm saying? So,
That's
so
right.
like, they're not blackballing you anymore. They're not penalizing you for investing in in a black neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Where they think everybody is poor. They're not penalizing you. But now what you do is when you in a situation or when you buy property in these neighborhoods, fix your property up, reinvest in it, and
Mhm.
then make it so that the banks don't have no other choice with your good credit or your decent credit. All you gotta do is have a 680
Right.
in the house worth in the house that can appraise. You know what I'm saying? They refinance you
Right.
and you can get your money up.
Wow.
So, I
That
mean,
sounds good to me. I'm
yeah,
on it.
man. Look, man, it's it's not as hard as people make it seem. Trust me, man. It's not as hard as people make it seem. And I just want to encourage everybody. It's not as hard as they make it seem. It's not as hard as they make it seem. I promise you. If you just take the time, do some research, um, fill out my form on my website, www.lcwhiteinvest.com, and then my email is lcwhiteinvest@gmail.com, and I'll show you. I got programs that I can just walk you through. Even if you want me to come see your property and do an assessment on it, or help you with some other stuff when it comes down to property. Contractors are the worst people in America. Contractors, man,
Oh
are
yeah.
the worst people in America. So you think you want to be in real estate? It's more than a notion. I promise you that. But like I said, you know, through what I've learned, through my mentors, through my losing thousands of dollars in properties, man, um, I can show you a lot of different things that I've learned, man, that can keep you out of trouble. Because
That's right.
some people put their life savings into investments. Somebody
Yeah.
asked me the other day. Somebody asked me the other day, can they borrow some money, right? Now I hummed
Mm-hmm.
it hard or whatever, you know, and I said I was gonna do something. But my mentor said, how they gonna pay it back if they asking you for money? So sometimes when you get into a situation with these rental properties or these investment properties,
Mm-hmm.
you get into it prematurely and you don't have the money to fix it up. That's just like somebody asking me for money and they don't have the money to pay me back. You might can buy the
Exactly.
investment property, but you gotta still have the means and the know-how to fix it up. It's not an
That's right.
investment property if you can't fix it.
Right.
Remember that, everybody. It's not an investment property if you can't fix it.
And fix it.
It's not a loan if you can't pay it back.
That's
You
right.
know what I'm saying? You just giving it away. But with
Wow.
investment properties, it's not an investment property if it's a raggedy fixer upper and you don't have the money to fix it
Money.
up.
Right.
It's called a black hole.
Mm.
It's called a property that you're gonna get fines, tickets from the city, and different things like that. That's what it's called. It's called a black hole.
So you basically be putting yourself in the hole, in debt.
Yep.
So I make sure I keep that, in mind
You
as I'm
got to.
looking, yeah,
You
looking at
got to keep it in
investment
mind
properties.
because what happens is you think it's a good deal or you think it's a good idea, but then you start saying, "Oh my goodness, I didn't know the plumbing was messed up. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
goodness, I didn't know the foundation was messed up. Oh my goodness, I didn't know I needed a roof. Oh my goodness."
Mm.
And then you take your 401k and you get into it and you start throwing money into it. Then you need more money, and then you want to go get a home inspection to pass inspection to get a renter's license to rent the house out, and you can't pass the inspection. And I mean, it's so many different things, man, that goes into investment properties and real estate. There's so much to it. What's up, man? Nah, man, I don't smoke. Uh, live at you, right?
We in the
Uh,
trenches, man. That's what we do.
I mean, it is what it is, man. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you what I do. But anyway, you don't need the blueprint when you have the white print.
White print. That's right. That's
So
right,
if you
man.
so if
Awesome.
anybody need me to come speak at your event or a motivational, you need me for motivational speaking, or if you need me for a conference, fill out the form on my website. I'll be gladly to come and motivate that crowd, get y'all pumping, get it going, get your juices flowing. If you
That's
need me,
right.
I'm here. LC White, lcwhiteinvest.com. Mr. Long, I appreciate you tonight, man.
I appreciate you. And one more time, show them the blocks, man. Show them where they start. You start from the corner and you work your way down.
So listen, let me turn my camera. Oh, I gotta turn it one more time. So here it is. This is one block, and then across the street there, that's actually the laundromat across the street. Can't see it, but it's dark. But that's the laundromat across the street. And then here is the wing wagon, my carryout. So I anchored the whole community. And now we're gonna take barbershops, uh, hair salons, hardware stores, carryouts, laundromats, grocery stores, medical offices, coffee shops. Listen, you don't need you don't need the blueprint when you have the
When you
white
have the
print.
white print.
Let's
That's
go.
it. That's
Let's
it.
go. I
Holla
see you
at your
guys.
boys.
I see you guys next week. Y'all be blessed.
Be blessed.